Yep. This is exactly where I went wrong, and this is exactly where that I messed up. Cold start. Here we go, boys. Good morning. America. This is where I messed up. You want the word of the day? The word of the day will be at the end of this video. If you're not interested in seeing this video, the video that you want to see is at Saturday at 8 p.m. sharp. It's going to be a very interesting video. Just figured I'll let you know that. This video is something totally different. Well, one, this is an apology because one, I owe. And then two, the person is 1,200 miles away. Three, there's a lot of things that need to be. As you guys know, to all my real subscribers, like I'm saying it like I have 1,000 over it. When I first got this car, back when I first got the engine, don't know, click the link above. Up there, show you the whole thing. I was introduced by the name of Ken, by the way. Now, Ken was the guy who helped me with my 88 IROC-Z. We were thinking about swapping that, and we should have, but I, on the other hand, was stubborn in my own ways, and I led to my own disaster when I overlooked a certain problem, and I turned on the car, overlooked an O-ring, and I caused my own car to burn down because I overlooked something. That's my fault. So, as I mentioned, Ken, I talked to Ken for a little bit, since we met through a car crew, or a car team at the time. But yeah, so I told him what was going on, and I told him regarding about Camaro that I wanted to get it done. I had an idea to have connections to get another one. So after those incidents happened, fast forward, I hit him up, I asked him how much is it going to cost to tow. So he towed the car, and then he towed the engine to his house, and we had an agreement. And I paid him $1,000 to get it done, to help me with the work, and before you know it, we was working on the car. But what you guys didn't know, and neither did I, is that his backstory, well, one, I can say that he's one swell of a guy because the fact that he didn't let his personal problems affect what we were doing for the longest time. Because what people don't know is his wife was giving him a hard time regarding about trying to take custody of the kids and cheat behind his back and doing a whole bunch of grimy stuff. And there was like a big ordeal that was going on. And I did not know this. I was completely unaware at the time. So since I was completely unaware at the time, fast forward a little bit, as you can see, it was around where I was doing the intake, like how to install it, how to install the intake, or how to install a true dual cold air intake. Click up the link above. As you can see right there, because I was looking, I didn't know all this was going on, so that's why I made the video what it was, as showing you guys like there's like some tension going on. That's why it started the way it did, and you can notice that there was tension going on throughout some of the videos because it wasn't as funny no more, and I was selfish and stuck on my own ways. I thought he had a problem with me, but in reality he had a problem with life and just didn't know how to really. He's the type of guy that doesn't want to come to help with that much. Like, he want to handle things on his own. Like, I can understand, being a man, you're supposed to handle everything on your own. You're not supposed to depend upon nobody. You're supposed to be independent. Even though, you know, you're a close friend, and if you wanted to talk, like, you could have talked to me for anything. Like, I definitely would have tried to help things out and talk with you. I may not know what to say, but I definitely would try to be there and, you know, help. So that was going on. Fast forward a little bit more, and we're getting into Christmas time, and as you can see, there's like going back and forth here. Sorry, there's a racer car on the other side. I don't know if you guys can hear it, but there's like a Honda just revving his engine. But yeah, we're going into Christmas time, and you can see we're working in the car less and less. It's more or less him pulling back. And if we fast forward to where we're working on the pulley and stuff like that to put the bell in and stuff like that. As you can see, that was when him and his wife was going through ex-wife was going through a lot of problems. I mean, she was like burning and stuff, and like I said, dating other guys behind the back, and then doing like just putting him through hell, pretty much, trying to take custody of the kids when really she's not a best fit for a mother. And there's people that are watching and probably like, well, there's a couple of people that I know that are watching that are on her side, but me, now that I'm actually seeing things and putting things together, I'm on nobody's side. I'm just calling for what it is and calling it for what I see. And I'm not trying to get in between them. That's drama that I don't want this channel to be associated with. But what I will say is the fact that I do see now that the way what Ken is going through right now is a lot right now. It's like there's a lot on his plate, and you know, when you're going through a lot of times, you don't know how to handle it. Like, you're focusing on something else because this is taking a toll, and other things start to become irrelevant. So it's like when he mentioned the comment saying like this car has to go or it's going to get towed away. When I mentioned that comment earlier, that was because when he was going through certain situations that he was it was like he was focusing on what was going on with his kids and his wife. And it's like, you know, when somebody says something to you and you're like, okay, yeah. Like, that's pretty much what it was. It wasn't like you. I took it at the time. I thought, like, seriously, I took it at the time. It was like, hey, you, get your car and get it out of here. I'm done working on it. Like, I'm done with this. And that's how I took it. Because that's how it was given to me when Brittany, which is the ex-wife, delivered the message to me. That's how it was perceived on to me. It's like, hey, he told you that you need to go and get this. He's done working with you and blah, 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 blah. So I'm like, okay, whatever. I guess you're going to throw me out in the street like that. That's really fucked up, but it's whatever. And that's what I made the comment, and then I had the car being towed to the actual shop where it was going and stuff like that. But mind you, I did not know what was going on behind the scenes, and I still wish you could have gotten in contact with me and told me what was going on behind the scenes. So therefore, I would have re-edited the video, and a lot of things that I said in the video, I would have took out. By me not knowing what's going on, made me put on what was going on. Because how I was perceiving was, you was kicking me to the curb, and you were saying, you know, screw you, I'm done working with you, I don't want anything to do with you, and that's how I took it. I mean, that's how it was given to me, and that's how I took it. And of course, me, you know, I'm really pissed off the fact that, hey, we're supposed to be working on this together. We agreed to do this, and I actually paid you, even though the payment was for just to put the engine in. I asked for like a little bit of extra stuff, but just a teeny bit extra. But hey, at least right now the car is running, because, you know, when it's all said and done, it's going to be me or you, or just me working in the car, and I finished up the whole entire car, and I got to run about that. But yeah, at that time, it was like, I gotta fix that. At the time, it was like chaos was going on at the same time, and I guess it was a lot going on at once that he couldn't put his main focus on me. I wonder, is the camera still recording? Sometimes this camera cuts off. Yeah, the camera's still recording. Yeah, and that's the situation of what actually happened on there. Now, I couldn't even imagine what was going on, because it's like, you're trying to focus on building a car, but then again, you got this going on, you got this going on, you got this going on, you got your own project that you're trying to do, because he was trying to work on the RX-8, and he was trying to work on the, well, first he was trying to work on the Tiburon, then he was trying to work on the RX-8, and he was trying to build it, but then something happened to that, and then at the time it was the RX-8. But a lot of stuff was going on that he was forced to, I guess, yeah, he was forced to move his property after his ex burned a lot of his stuff, and yeah, it was like a real huge mess, and it was just really sloppy, and it was just a lot that was in over his head, which is why he was like, I have to cut some things out of my life at the moment, because this is too much, which is why I was one of those things that I took it personally, even though I know in his heart it was like, don't take it personal, but right now I really can't work on this right now. I really need you to take this somewhere else, because I can't work on it right now. I got too much going on. Like, if you'd spoken with me like that, I would have understand, but how it was perceiving me was like, get your car out of here, I'm done with it. And then, but like I said, when you're when you're backed up against the wall, I mean, you'll pretty much lash out and bite anything. Like, I've always heard, you hurt the ones that you love, and it's true, because we were like a brother, and like I loved you like a brother, and I'm pretty sure he loved me like a brother. We were like, cool. He had this thing going on where I used to call him the mad scientist, and like, if you go early on in the videos, you'll understand it, you'll see. It's actually quite funny, but yeah, I'm gonna just show you actually what he did to the car. Alright guys, I'm gonna show you. Alright guys, what he helped me with on the car. He helped me get this on, he helped me with the intake, he helped me with pretty much the whole entire accessory drive, even though I gotta take it off and I gotta redo it on my own. Stuff happening. Helped me with the headers, coil packs, the top end, because we put the cylinder heads on and stuff like that. Helped me with the intake and a lot of the stuff up here, even though I gotta, like I said, I gotta go over it again because there's things that I have to fix, but you'll figure out later on. I mean, help me drop it in, and the motor mounts, help me put the motor mounts on and stuff like that. So we dropped the engine in, got the headers in, we had a bit of an issue regarding about the harness. Yeah, because when we first tried the harness, it was, come to find out it was on backwards. Yeah, I ended up having to, I had to take me personally, I had to take the harness completely out, and I had to fix the harness and actually put it the way that you see it now is how I had to fix it so it'll run that way. Taped up aluminum, electrical, and thermal tape. It's all protected, stuff like that. I'm gonna protect it a little bit more. It's like it's gonna be protected a little bit more, but for right now, that's all I have. Like I said, I have the coil packs over here. If you can see the injector wires, I have moved all to the side. It's not leaking when by the way, I meant to mention the fact that it's not leaking when I have that rag there. I have the rag there for in case there's a potential leak. Potential doesn't necessarily mean it's going to leak, but it's a potential, just in case. That's why I have that there. Potential. But yeah, he helped me with that stuff there, and then the rest of it, of course, we know I've done on my own, which is essentially a lot harder than putting the engine in, especially that transmission. Oh boy, oh boy. Like I finished the rest of the car, but yeah, he helped me with that. Yeah, that's what he had helped with. The one thing that he didn't know, when I actually did the clutch line, is the fact that the brake booster would need to be cut. Sir, might I add you that I'm putting pressure on it. I connected the brake booster. It didn't need to be shortened. It's long enough to go in here. What I had to do is I had to apply pressure, to the bar itself. That way I can slide it in the input. That way it's like a little hole that goes right in there. And when I press it, it does that. Just let you know, Ken, that the brake booster is installed. No modifications done to it. And like I said, transmission was like the hardest job. I'm telling you, man, like the hardest. Yeah, that job was tough. All that stuff was tough. Windows, tent, paint, all that other stuff. That's what he had helped me with, and that's a lot of stuff that I went through, and that's the whole dilemma of everything that would actually happen. So yeah. But anyway, like I said, my apologies. Like, I didn't know all the stuff what was going on, and all that negative energy, all that negative talk. I take back everything I said. I'm making known the video. I can be a man of my word, and like I said, that I was wrong, and this is where I messed up. So yep. This is exactly where I went wrong, and this is exactly where that I messed up. So yeah, eat my own words and pretty much just saying, sorry, man. I didn't know, but I still wish you would have told me. If you would have told me, it would have made things a lot more clearer. Even though I know you didn't have a clear mind, but it would have made things a lot more clearer. And this is what I was saying, that I'm not trying to rush this video. I wanted to have this video to come to the heart. I didn't want this video to be rushed and give you a half-assed apology, because I feel as though that you should deserve a lot more better than that. So that's why I decided just to actually do it this way. But yeah, guys, so if any of you guys are actually watching this to the end, just want to say thank you. You're a true subscriber. Stay tuned for Saturday at 8 p.m. regarding about Dragon. So, what do I mean? Stay tuned. You are not going to want to miss this next video. It's coming. I'll give you one hint. Boom! That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. That's all you need to know. So with that being said, guys, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up if you guys are even watching it for this long. Follow Dragon social media, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, multi-channel, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, but Dragon on my channel as well, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube. Be sure to follow all the links down below. I didn't really want to rush this video. I wanted to make this video as good as I could. I wanted to say it from the heart. And yeah, there's going to be lots of things happening for Dragon as the time comes close. You're going to want to watch the video coming Saturday, 8 p.m. You're going to want to watch it. So, with that, all this being said, you already know I gave you the whole speech of my social media. And I don't necessarily have a Bible verse, but I do have advice, and that is, do unto others as you want others to do unto you. That's actually a Bible verse. What verse? I don't know, but it's actually a Bible verse. And what that means is, well, it's self-explanatory, but I'll break it down a little bit more. What that means is, treat others the way you want to be treated. So if you go around, disrespecting other people, you're going to get that in return. So in order for not to get that disrespect, you got to respect others. And what goes around comes around. That's what I was trying to explain in the H2O group, and they didn't get it because there was like a play that was going on. Somebody did like a God thing where there's people going on, and it's a play where you're walking and you're walking in the eyes of Christ, and you got enemies. You got the devil trying to pull at you. You got trying to get you to drink alcohol, trying to get you. Well, I do drink, but occasionally. Trying to get you to be an alcoholic, trying to get you to sell drugs, trying to get you to steal, rob, murder, and stuff like that. You're trying to fight all that, and God is just like, come here, I'm helping you. So it's like, because I've done one of these plays in my dance team. Yes, if you didn't know, I am a dancer. I've done that in my dance team as well. So you're doing all that stuff, and God is trying to pull you close to Him, and you got the devil trying to break you down and stuff like that, like Kanye West, and you fighting all those other stuff. And I explained it to them, and they were like, "Oh, they on crack?" And I'm like, "Dude, don't make fun of God. If something goes wrong with your stuff, God's probably punishing you for it." And one of them was like, "Well, a nice way to be a Christian. That's why you're gonna threaten. You're gonna wish harm on other people." No, I'm not wishing harm on you. I'm telling you what's gonna happen if you make fun of God. What goes around comes around. You make fun of God, God's gonna make fun of you. Your car broke down. Anyway, guys, be sure to follow God. Without God, none of this is even possible. Keep it T-Z all the way to the end, guys. Take care. Have a great day. Saturday, 8 o'clock.